Damn.
What's wrong?
Kelly's gonna try assault on the control room blindfolded.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. That's a Halo level?
Yeah, he's trying to beat all of Halo 1 blindfolded.
Blindfolded? Is he doing pretty good?
He's gotten past the first, few hours.
Does he just know it by memory?
He knows it by sound.
Jesus.
He knows most of it by memory. It's still hard. Damn.
This ice cream is delicious. So anyways, Charlie, what have you been up to?
You bastard. I am not ready.
You're not ready?
I was not even sort of ready to do this podcast.
You are ready. I can see it in your
That
face.
caffeine hasn't even kicked in. I'm tired. It's been the longest short day of my life. I woke up at fucking noon. And I feel like I've been awake for a year.
I told you about a little bighorn.
That makes no sense. I don't understand that at all.
Because Little Bighorn,
No, I don't.
The name Little Bighorn, shortest, longest day.
No.
You don't see the dots I'm trying to connect?
Of course I see the dots you're trying to connect, you idiot. I'm sorry, that was mean. I'm just angry. I'm in a sassy, mean mood today.
It's okay. Why are you in a sassy, mean mood?
Because it's just been one of those days.
What happened?
It's been one of the, I just got up, it's shitty outside, I had to do shit outside, I did it shitty, I was angry, I had to do it I had to go move a bunch of shit out of a place I didn't want to move it from, that I don't need at my house, but I owned it, so I needed to get it, or it wasn't going to be mine anymore. So I went and grabbed some shit, and did it, and then I went and had coffee, and the coffee was okay, and it was hot, and the day has just been shitty. It's a muggy, shitty Remember this day, people. Remember June 23rd, Monday, June 23rd, 2025, as the shitty day of Lancaster. It has just been nothing bad's happened, and it's been shitty. It's just a day that is garbage. It is a garbage day in the history of time. It's just a shitty, horrible day, and I hated it.
When I left work, it was at 96 degrees.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous. That shouldn't happen. That's a degrees that should never happen here, even though it happens every year, and I know that. It's just this day in particular, for whatever reason, I just woke up and I've been mad ever since I got up. It's just been a bad day the whole day. I don't know. It's just one of those it's like when Edgar Allan Poe died. It's just we'll never know what happened.
Yeah, that is such a weird thing. I didn't know that was a mystery till just in the last year or so.
Yeah, it was they found him in the gutter. Mm-hmm. Literally fucking disheveled and fucked up.
Didn't know who he was.
Had no idea who he was, and just
didn't have the right clothes on.
Yeah, and he was saying a name, it was a last name, like a R name or something.
Yeah, Roberto.
That's not a last name. That's a first name. Like Roberts or
Rodriguez.
Reynolds. It was Roberts or Reynolds or something like that. He just kept saying the same name, and no one to this day historians are baffled by it. They're like, "What the fuck? Who could it have been?" To this day, they're just baffled by that shit, and it's just been a mystery. And today is one of those days where this day sucks. I just feel it. It feels shitty and gross, and I hate it.
For the longest time.
Ooh, actually, today, I wonder if today might be the anniversary of my great-grandfather dying, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe. It's very possible. It's within the last week or two that it happened.
Maybe that's why you feel shitty.
Maybe it's just an echo in time. This day passes through, and I'm just you know what I mean? Shitty day. It was weird. Him dying was weird. That was the first family member that passed away that I actually kind of knew. You know what I mean? I had my Aunt Stephanie. That was my mom's brother. So my mom's brother, that uncle, it was his wife.
Yeah.
And she passed away. And when she passed away, I was whoa, that's weird. I kind of knew Aunt Stephanie, but I didn't really.
Yeah.
I saw her the last time I saw her was probably when I was 7 or 8, And then she died 10 or 12 years later. So I was an adult when she passed away, basically. And after that, the only person, it was my granddaddy Joe, was my great-grandfather, the one who passed away that I'm talking about. And I knew him my whole life. And I saw him at least 2 or 3 weeks a year. You know, like when I went and saw him, it was only like 1 or 2 times, but it was for like a week at a time. Every summer we would go spend time with them, blah, blah, blah. And then he passed away, and I was like, whoa, this is what it's like. Because I've still, like, he was like the smallest amount of relationship I had with a family member that I would consider, like, him dying, I was, like, sad by it. You know what I mean? Like, now if somebody, like, most of the people left in my family that, it sounds shitty to say it this way, but, like, that matter to me. You know, the ones that I actually have, like, a rapport or a connection with. Like, anyone left that is more of a connection to him than he was would really matter enough for me to be really, like, really sad. I'm not saying I wasn't sad when he died.
Yeah.
But I also was, like, I was sad, but I was also, like...
Well, it's a different vibe, too.
It's a different vibe. He was, like, his wife, my grandma Jenny, she's 95. She was, like, the voice of that relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I probably spent months and months of my life with him and maybe never said more or less than 1,000 words to him. Like, total. In the whole relationship. You know what I mean? Like, he was a very soft-spoken. I went hunting with him.
Yeah.
I did all kinds of things, and he was just a very quiet guy. He was a very not gonna say anything guy.
That's so alien to me because, like, from the time I was 3, like, pretty much immediate family members were passing away.
Yeah.
Like, every 2 or 3 years, you know?
Yeah.
Come in. What's this, a surprise guest?
Oh. No, you're good. I was about to prelude this happening.
Yeah, were you?
I literally was about to bring it up.
We need, like, intro music, like,
Right?
the glass
Dun,
break.
dun, dun, dun.
No, I was thinking more like Stone Cold Steve Austin music, like
Yeah.
glass breaking. It's like,
Yeah. Move this way. Move this
What
way.
are y'all doing?
We're doing a
We-
podcast.
we
We're
started,
live.
like,
We're-
7
Well,
minutes
you know,
ago.
we're recording.
Where's my friend?
This is
Where's your
Ted.
little thingy?
He's not gonna play.
For
Oh,
for
he might do that.
context,
Creighton's mom is here.
yeah, my mom's here. Woo! For context, my mom's not a cat person, but she loves Ted.
She loves it. Ted's the greatest cat I've ever met. I'm not even joking.
He's
think.
like a dog, dude.
He really is a dog cat. He's a cat dog or a dog cat.
Cat dog.
Cat dog.
dog.
He's a great. Oh, and there's Grim. Wow, this is amazing. This is unprecedented. Grim never comes in place.
Yeah. No, they know my mom. They
Okay.
like her.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm over here all the time, and Grim. I've pet Grim once in the entirety of me coming to this house. This cat hates
Look,
me.
you're just not Flossie, Charlie.
I don't accept that. I don't accept that as
Flossie's
reality.
their grandmother. That's what my mom wants her grandma name to be.
Okay.
Is Flossie.
Why Flossie?
I don't know.
When I was a little girl, my daddy used to call me Flossie.
Okay.
I never knew this until like a year ago. It's news to me too.
It's crazy, like, certain things you learn about, like, family members that you only learn when they're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that stuff's, that's always been weird to me.
That is
Yeah.
actually on subject for what we were talking about.
What were you talking about?
We were talking about family deaths because like he's never really had anybody that like
well, that's a pretty
he
exciting
really
subject.
knew. Well, no. I mean,
Well,
like
we
he's never
realized
had
that, like, I'm not 1,000,000% sure, but I know that within the last week or two, it's been the anniversary of my great-grandfather passing away.
Oh, okay.
I only know that because I've been getting Snapchat memories from when I was in Anaheim 7 years ago, and that was when he died. He died during that trip,
yeah.
Oh.
and so it's been 7
Didn't you
years.
fly back for a funeral and then go back?
No, that didn't happen. The funeral was like a week and a half later.
I really like your hair. What's going on?
I just haven't been wearing a hat. This is what happens to my hair when I don't wear a hat.
Wow.
Looks
It
good.
just
Looks
like
really
it just
good.
poofs
Looks
up.
like a mohawk.
It looks like you're looking for a chick.
Well, you know, always on the hunt, on the prowl. None of them. Well, that's a conversation for another day. I'm not advertising all of that.
I like
Always
it.
on the move.
I like it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was how that arose.
Your
I didn't
hair?
even know he had a brother. My great grandfather had like an identical twin brother, or not twin, but like a brother who was like a year or two older or younger, and they were twins. They looked so alike.
They were Irish twins.
Yeah, basically. And it's just little stuff like that. Like I suspect that when my dad dies one day, like I will finally hear the stories his friends are afraid to tell me. Because I've heard like echoes of stories that they're not allowed to tell. Like they'll start to tell a story and he'll look at them like, don't you say it. And I'm like, whoa, what did my dad do? Like one day, like when I'm like 70, my dad, I'm gonna start learning crazy shit about my dad.
I think that I had something I wanted to say. Damn, I forgot. All right. Anyways.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Was it
did have-
in line with the fact that you lost a lot of people early and I've lost almost no one?
No. It was something about your situation with your never mind. I don't even remember what it was. It was something about your great grandfather having a brother. But interesting. Irish twin. I don't remember. It's completely gone.
I understand.
Like whatever it is.
Whatever it is
Yeah.
in the
It literally. I was about to say it and it vanished.
It just
Yeah.
gone forever.
To be fair, I am eating ice cream, so I might have been
Yeah, you
thinking
got
about
other
it.
more important things on your mind
Not eating,
than
pounding.
familial.
Pounding. Ew, I don't know if I want to say that on the internet.
Is that not a nice thing to say?
It's
Not
a thing. It's
exactly.
definitely got like double or even triple entendres to it.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's some people would say that that's code for something else.
Now, Ted, you can't hog the fish. Come on, Ted.
Ted is pounding the fish.
Graham wants a chance. Let Graham have a chance.
For context, Kimberly is using one of the little rope cat toys.
Yeah,
on two
it's all
cats.
audio now, so you have to
Yeah.
describe what you're doing.
Sometimes.
Anyways, no, it is weird though. Like the differences, because like you're older, like
Yeah.
a lot older.
Not a lot older. I'm a year and a half older. Not
You're
even a year and a half
so
older
much
than me.
older than me and haven't lost anybody really close,
Yeah.
Like, which is like, it's a good thing. Like, it's
Yeah,
definitely
I've
like,
been very
a
fortunate.
positive thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I've had friends online die before family.
Yeah.
Like before any of my real like actual
Yeah.
close relationships in my family.
And I think a lot of that too is because like you are like the older cousin out of like your family.
Yeah, I was the firstborn. I was the firstborn of the Catones, and my brother and sister were the three of us were born way earlier than anyone else. Like
Yes.
my little sister was not only the first Catone born, like female Catone born in like 80 years, but she was, after her, none of my dad's brothers had kids for like 7 or 8 years after that even. So like all of our cousins are like, they feel like nieces and nephews more than they feel like cousins,
Yeah.
My uncle's two oldest daughters are the closest thing to like cousins on this side of the family
Yeah.
that I feel, and they're only like 17 and 18 or 17 and 19. You know what I mean? They're like little kids to me. They've always been little kids. Not until the last like 2 years, I'm like, oh my god, you guys are driving? What the fuck? Like that's crazy to me. Like my little cousins are driving.
Well, and like my thing too is like I don't think we're the youngest. I think we're towards the younger end. I think the youngest would probably be Mark's kids.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah. But like for context, like the same generation, I guess you could say, of cousin /
Yeah.
grandchildren. Like Garrick is technically in the same generation.
Exactly. Like
As
I have
me.
cousins that I call like aunt
And
and
Garrick's
uncle.
50. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
So
I have it is definitely like a weird southern, definitely more southern thing that
Yeah.
stuff like that happens. Like the gap of the generation is incredibly wide or incredibly shallow, depending or narrow depending on what family you're talking about.
that's a weird
'Cause-
thing to think about. Because all your cousins were about the same age as you, weren't they?
No, because Tracy was, 16, 17 years older than I was.
Tracy was that much older?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the way you guys talked about Tracy, I thought, you guys kind of grew up rough.
Tracy and my uncle are 4 months apart.
Caroline,
Terry?
Terry and Tracy are 4 months
my
apart.
little sister, is 25 right now, and we have a cousin who's 58. So you're talking about a 28 or 20, what's that? 25 and 25 is 50, and he's 58. Wow. So you're talking, a 33-year gap. in
Way to do the math.
Thank you. A 33-year-old gap in one generation of a family. That's like insane. You know what I mean? That's insane.
Well, that's kind of how, like, my oldest cousin on my mom's side was 16 or 17 years older than me, and then my youngest cousin on that side was, or is, what, about 16 or 17 years younger than I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend when I was growing up. Anybody listening, sorry for this, like, definitely just personal conversation.
No,
It's hard
I
to
mean,
keep
I
up.
think it's interesting.
It is
you know?
interesting. It is interesting. It's just definitely a little harder, I think, to keep up with as a viewer.
Well, we're just
but-
talking about like generational stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people out there that can relate.
For
Yeah.
sure. I had a friend growing up who he was older than his uncle. Like his uncle was like 2 years younger than he was, like technically, generationally.
That's how Tracy was with Terry, and he would like cut up. He would fuck with them.
Oh yeah.
They would be like out at the bar or whatever, and he'd walk up to him, and Terry would be trying to pick up women. He'd be like, "Hey, Uncle Terry,"
Yeah.
and like, yeah. Tracy's like this grown ass old man.
Yeah.
and then like the
Talking to
lady,
like his 28-year-old uncle.
well, and like then the ladies are looking at Terry like, "Damn, if he's that old, how old are you?" Like,
Yeah. That's awesome.
And Terry looked old. Like Terry, like I love Terry to death, but like God, Terry just
Well, he had red. He was fair complected, red hair. So as that the sun does not do well with
Yeah.
that type of skin.
I think he younger than you when he passed away.
No,
How old was he?
I think he was 67. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he was not younger.
When I heard how old he
Way
was,
to call
I
your
thought-
mom 70.
I know.
No,
That's
I'm sorry.
crazy.
I thought he was like. I
And
thought he
you
was
wanted
like.
me
These
to-
kids nowadays.
I
I
thought he was
know.
52.
No,
or
no,
something.
no. He was retired, etc. But he had not been retired very long.
Yeah,
So.
but it's just interesting to think, like, because I always thought he was way older than he was whenever they were like, "Hey, he passed away and he was 60." You said 67.
Yeah, I think about 67.
Yeah. And then had like kids, had grandkids that were around our
Oh,
age.
Graham.
Grim is
Graham's
such a
got
scaredy
anxiety.
cat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's got anxiety.
She's a scaredy cat.
You like that? You thought that was funny?
I thought that was very clever.
You thought that top
Don't
tier
you
cat
let-
joke was.
Thank you.
Don't you let
She's a scaredy
Charlie
pussy.
give you anxiety, girl.
Okay, bro.
You're okay. It's okay.
Are you giving her like a pet? Are you like her comfort animal? Or like, her comfort human?
She's my comfort animal, my comfort kitty cat. Look
Will
at
she like
her.
walk up and like you like pet her and hold her,
She's
or just play with that thing?
I
Basically,
respect the space.
I
I
understand.
respect the space.
she is
Yeah, I want Grim to be my friend so bad, and Grim will not be my friend.
when
Gotta
you're
respect the
sleeping.
space.
I guess.
When you're sleeping, she'll like come and lay by your head and stuff and want
Yeah.
to cuddle you then. But like when
Only
you're
then.
awake,
Like
and
even
stuff-
you, like you,
Yeah, oh,
she's
yeah.
not gonna like come
Dude,
cuddle with you when
the
you're awake and
first
hang out with
night
you.
that we got her, after we got no, this is the first night we got her. We were sleeping out here, and all of a sudden, like I feel like this movement by my head, and I thought it was Scoot's head because when we lay on this couch, I lay like a little bit further down, so there's some room above my head. And I like reach up to pet her. I was like, "Oh, this fur feels different." And I look and it's her, and she's just like purring and like rubbing her head against the pillow. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I see you. You're way more comfortable when I'm not like up and doing things."
moving around, yeah.
But she does understand, like we feed her, so she better love us. So.
So that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
'Cause she does
Right.
feed.
That's like cheetahs. Have you ever seen like the cheetahs will not like hang out with the zookeeper during the day, but if the zookeeper sleeps in the paddock with them, the cheetahs will all like go and cuddle the zookeeper. Yeah, there's like sometimes like some of them are friends with him anyway, but there's always like one or two. There's like a video of this guy going, "Watch, they're really skittish during the day, but at night they all want to cuddle." And
Oh,
like he just lays in the enclosure with them, and they all like walk up to him and like a cat, they just very carefully pick their little spot to warm up and cozy up to him.
I don't know that I would want to cuddle with cheetahs.
Yeah, I'm always
They're
like
just
nervous.
big house cats.
Ever since that dude got mauled by those bears that he was like friends with,
He was not friends with them. He was delirious and delusional. He was
You
not
know-
friends with those.
Oh, I thought that they had them trained because there's all these videos of him doing
No.
tricks with them.
No,
and like,
they're not tricks. Watch the documentary. It's one of the most haunting documentaries ever. The guy was crazy. He was a crazy person. You talking about the grizzly man, like the guy who
I guess it's been
he
forever
becomes
since we've watched
emaciated.
this.
He like gets really thin out there. There's like a fox that takes his hat. Like is that the one you're talking about?
I don't know. It's been forever since I've looked at that.
That
I
documentary.
think I might have been in high school whenever I was first reading
I
about
can't
it.
remember what it's called, but there's like a part in it. He's a crazy guy. He thought that he was like one with nature.
Yeah.
And he went out there and he had like a hat and it's cold. He had like a warm, like nice hat that had the like ears that like come down that you can like use like double as a scarf.
Mm-hmm.
And a fox. He starts feeding this fox because he wants to be its friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like playing with it and being friendly with it. And the fox like gets his hat and it's cold outside. And he starts running around with the hat.
Mm-hmm.
And at first he's like, oh, come on. Like I don't know what the name was, but I think he had a name for it, like Jakey or something. Some kind of like silly name. He's like, come on, give me the hat back. And he starts chasing him. He's like, come on, give me the hat back. And then like in a few minutes, he's like, come on, I need, like he's starting to panic because he needs that hat. Because like it gets so cold there that if he doesn't have just that one little thing he has is like one of the things holding his life together. And he's like starting to get skinny. And like the animals are taking his food, like he very quickly realizes, or not realizes, but like is scared of the fact that little things start to crumble, and you can see him losing it. And then the last thing they don't put it in the documentary, but like Werner Herzog just says what ends up happening. But like that guy filmed his death, and he didn't know it was about to happen. And like there's like videotape of him like getting eaten alive by the bears and freaking out.
Damn.
And like going crazy. It's brutal. It's a crazy fucking documentary. And it's like unintentionally a comedy because the guy's a lunatic. He's like an idiot. Like he doesn't realize that he's always seconds from death during the filming of this thing. These bears just
Is he
see him
filming
as, like,
himself or is somebody filming?
He's filming. He's by himself. He went out there and lived by himself and filmed it.
Damn.
Like Survivor Man style. But he had no training. He was like miserable. He just was like, this is what it's supposed to be like. This is what life is supposed to be.
I saw a cub in the mountains a couple of weeks ago.
Did that come
Just
on?
the cub?
Just the cub.
That's terrifying. That's the scariest
Well, I
shit
was on the
ever.
3rd floor.
Okay,
so
well, that's good.
I was way high up. I could run back in my hotel
Unless
room.
you look up and you see the bear in the tree across from you.
Right?
And it's
Oh
about
my
to, like,
god,
jump.
that is some straight up. Well, it wouldn't jump.
Which they
it's just-
can.
They can. They are strong and they do climb trees fast.
I think it's terrifying to know that they can outrun a horse.
Yeah, that's the scary. If you've ever seen a full-grown grizzly bear running full clip, it is absolutely one of the scariest things in the world. They can run like 35, 40 miles an hour, like ridiculous speeds.
Did you ever watch
Maybe
Cocaine?
not 35, 40, but they can run really fast.
Did you ever watch Cocaine Bear?
I saw a lot of it. I didn't watch it. Like I didn't sit and watch the whole film. I saw a lot of it.
I mean,
one of those,
listen,
like, I saw on
it's a
YouTube
fun
videos.
movie to watch, but like, technically speaking, it could happen.
It did happen.
Oh no, but I
The
mean,
movie's based
like,
on, obviously it's dramatized in the film, but like
Yeah.
the situation happened.
Yeah.
A bear ate like 30 pounds of cocaine, went crazy, and went on a rampage in the woods and killed a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bunch of people.
no, but
it
I
was,
mean,
like,
if it
went
happened
nuts.
near a populated area, it definitely
probably
would have
could
killed.
have happened
yeah.
that way. Yeah, which is unbelievable. And
Yeah.
it was insane that was Ray Liotta's last film, or like second to last, one of the last films he made.
I think it is his last.
It's either his very last. Or I think a movie came out like a year and a half later that like some
that
some
he's in?
studio sat on
Oh.
because it had been so long since he died. I'm not sure.
So like it's the second to last thing released with him, but probably the last thing he filmed.
Probably the last thing he
Yeah.
filmed. One of the last things.
Is
for
that
sure.
pre-COVID, Cocaine Bear,
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
or is that
think.
post-COVID? I feel like that's post-COVID.
You know what?
I think
we have the
that's
technology to find out the answer to this.
23, if I had to guess.
No.
Yeah.
Ray Liotta's been dead a long time.
No, Ray Liotta hasn't been dead that long. It's
I
been at
think
least 2 or 3
so.
years.
I think so.
We're about to find
We're
out.
about
both
to find
answers.
out. Jamie, pull it up.
Cocaine Bear was 2023,
Oh, look at that.
and then Ray.
Probably
Liotta-
22, if I had to guess, or
Ray
23,
Liotta
early 23.
died 2022.
Damn, look at that.
What did your boss say to you today?
About Cocaine Bear?
No.
Oh. About Ray Liotta?
No,
Oh.
about ironing.
Oh, no, she was poking fun at me because, like, I told you Saturday when we were at the con that they were talking shit about me ironing clothes.
Did
Online.
you? Did you tell me that?
Yeah, I
Are you sure
looked at
told
you and
me
said,
that?
yeah, I looked at you and said, my mom and Jamie are talking shit about me on Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very funny group chat to be a part of. Is your mother and your work I don't know, like what are
She's
they?
my boss.
Boss. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, she's like,
Do you
I'm
subscribe
like
to
the-
the idea of like having a work wife and shit?
no.
No.
I'm like
It's not your thing?
no, that's too, I don't know, it's too close to the line
the
for me.
truth.
To the line for me. No, I would say it's more like a Dwight and
Pam?
Michael relationship.
Dwight Michael. No way.
Yes.
That can't be. You're Dwight,
Yeah,
right?
no, I
You
am
have to
definitely
be.
Dwight. Yes.
There's no way that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
You're too silly. And you're like, you're not Dwight. You're
Well, then maybe I'm Michael and she's Dwight, or
no.
yeah.
I've met her. That is not a Dwight.
No.
She, if anything, she's like a combo of Pam, Pam and
maybe
uh,
Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Yeah, she's Phyllis. We're Stanley and Phyllis.
And she's very nice.
How do you feel about this house?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's coming along. I think they've had a lot to deal with in the way of things and trying to figure out where things should go, and so I think it's coming along.
If you could
talk a little
recommend,
louder.
Oh, talk louder. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, the thing's not picking you up too well.
So I think it's coming along. I mean, they've had we've had to go through a lot of stuff, and we still have a lot more things to go through, but they've taken on a lot of the things, and they've done really well trying to organize. I mean, I know they still got, a ways to go as they do across the street here, but I think they've done very well with all the items, because what we've had to deal with
oh yeah,
in the way of stuff.
I've seen, I've watched, I've been a part of at some point.
At some points, yeah.
Yeah.
Moving a piano.
There have been times where I wanted to come over here and just tell them, listen, go to the beach for 3 days. Like I almost want to give them each 30 stickers and be like, put a sticker on things that certainly cannot leave this house. You each get 30 things. Leave for 3 days. Let me handle it, and I will annihilate this. I will get rid of everything.
Part of it is too. We both work full-time jobs.
Yeah.
We both have other responsibilities, and on top of that, we both have had other things come up. Like we're buying a new car. We're doing stuff with the mortgage on the house. We're there's other aspects, and we were talking the other day, and it's we really truly haven't had any just vacations / times where we could just chill and hang out.
And even when you
Pretty
do,
much.
it doesn't feel like that because
Yeah.
you're now okay, now it's time to get all these tasks done. That we haven't had
and
time
we're
to do.
when we sit around, we're hanging out on the couch. I know all she does is look around and see all the stuff she could be doing,
Yeah,
And
And,
it's
That's the
overwhelming.
and it's exhausting.
It's
too.
very overwhelming.
It makes me crazy when I sit in here, not in a bad way, just in a it makes me want to get up and start doing
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, and on top of that, I've been having breathing issues in here,
Breathing
in there really.
Okay.
I think a part of it is there's a lot of there's 4 animals.
Yeah,
There's
you probably
there's
need
mold
Scoot's
in the
cage
bathroom.
To be in there.
There's mold in the bathroom.
Yeah,
There's
you get rid of that.
but now
You handle that.
you
quick.
know
Mold is
I
bad.
think we kind of come up with a plan to address that. We're gonna remove that. We're gonna move that room around, and we're redoing that bathroom anyway.
Yeah.
Coming up, so I think the plan is we're gonna move that room around. We're gonna put the bed next to the vent. Well, at least my side next to the vent, so I've got more of an
You should
airflow
get a
going.
dehumidifier.
Well, no, it's
They're a little-
for
yeah.
that room.
Yeah,
Or for
it'll help with mold because mold
Yeah.
needs
Moisture.
moisture to
Yeah.
live, and a dehumidifier. The one I got, they're a little expensive.
Mhm.
The one I got was $200, but it sucks a gallon of water out of the air in just 4 or 5 hours. It's crazy how much water it'll pull out of the air,
Yeah.
and it's not it's not pulling water from outside.
Yeah.
We had that really crazy storm 5 or 6 months ago. Flood our driveway, and my car was in the driveway, and it got so high that it leaked into the passenger side of my car, and it was I'd got in that car every day, and it was just gross and muggy, and I hated it. So I parked the car in the garage, and I put the dehumidifier in the car, and I had the extension cord go through the window, and I put a towel in the
Around
window
the-
to try and seal it, and I left that dehumidifier in a room that has the water in it that can get sucked out of it. It will fill up in about 4 hours,
Yeah.
all the way to its limit. I left it in there for 12 hours, and it only filled up a quarter inch. So whatever water was left in the car, it got all of it.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't have an issue of it's just pulling water from other places. It is getting the water that is in the area it's in. So if you just
Yeah.
left it onto that bathroom, it's gonna vaporize. It's gonna kill the mold. Might visually be there, but it'll be dead.
Yeah.
It will not be living mold anymore. It'll suck all the moisture out. And I would just keep I would leave it in there for days.
It's like a movie, The Living Mold.
Yeah.
I mean,
mold's horrible.
Hook
Mold's
me
so
up,
bad.
and I'll get a dehumidifier. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, tell me where you got yours is what I mean by
Home
hook me up.
Depot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
I would let you just borrow mine though and see
Are you
if
sure?
it handles the Yeah, I mean, I don't
Okay.
leave it on. I mean, I leave it on, but I don't we don't use it continuously.
Yeah.
And I'll just come get it when I need it again.
Okay.
So I talked to our financial person today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention names, but
Yeah.
anyway, I talked with him today.
Is it who I
and-
think it is?
Yeah. You know, Charlie and I have the financial person in common.
Yeah.
So I talked to him today, and I'm blocking in some rates with CDs, and
Nice.
because we kind of think the rates are going to start dropping.
Yeah.
You know, so we're locking in some rates with some CDs. And we had a good conversation. He's so nice, isn't he?
He's
He's
great.
always so nice.
Every time I talk to him, like he starts off the conversation forgetting that like we have a lot in common, and I have to like pepper in like little remembrances from our like previous conversations, and like he's very quickly he'll go like on a dime. He'll like turn on this like, oh yeah, I forgot we're basically the same age and have all the same interests, and we're like friends. Like we're friends who have never become friends.
Yeah.
Because like the one time I met him in person, it was very like, if you're listening to this, it was awkward, but not in like a bad way. In a like, man, we're supposed to be friends, I think way. Yeah, like when we just don't know how to like the way that everyone when you see like a cousin or an old friend you haven't seen for a while, there's like that. We have to almost settle into the fact that we can be ourselves and be comfortable around each other.
Well, I think he wants to exude this professionalism.
And I'm like, bro, you don't need to do that in front of me. Like, we can talk about Star Wars.
But, like,
we can talk about whatever it is.
He
like,
has to for his job, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly, especially on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be very professional, but
And that
I mean,
one time he was around his dad, who's like
Yeah.
also part of that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
He
It's-
gives really good advice, though. I mean, it's really good. And I messaged him last night or this morning because I saw where there were some CDs that were really popping right now. So I
Yeah.
said, when you get a chance, call me, etc. And he did. He called right away, and we had some good conversations about it. He
Yeah.
had good advice. So it's good to have a good financial advisor.
I
yeah.
think I haven't seen him in a while. I saw his pregnant wife just recently,
Don't scratch the furniture.
which was pretty cool. You know.
Yeah. I talked on the phone today with a friend of ours. I'm not going to say who just because names. Who I saw within the last 5 or 6 months, and in that 5 or 6 months has had another child that I had no idea that they were pregnant.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I knew that.
I had no clue, and I was
Yeah.
like at their house, like
No.
throwing his first child around, just like
Yeah.
tackling and being a big uncle for
No,
him.
I knew who it was.
I had no idea.
I knew he was pregnant,
I had no clue. I was
or
so,
she was. I guess.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
Yeah, well,
They were
I
pregnant.
had no clue that the two of them were having a
Yeah,
child.
you should have just asked me, dude.
Oh, yeah,
I got
okay,
my
let me-
finger on the pulse.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Of
I'm
what?
sure
Of
you
who's
do.
pregnant
But I
and
talked.
who's not?
They said, yeah, we haven't really even told or announced it like publicly in any way. Like it's not on
Wait,
Facebook.
they just have a secret kid?
Not even secret, just like I guess only they and their family know, or like the very few people that are always right there in their lives know.
That's the way to do it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
I
just
mean, I didn't
gonna-
know, and I consider
I'm
him
just
a
gonna
brother.
have a kid and not tell you guys about it for at least like a good 2 years.
Right.
That would never work.
Yeah, it would never work. We'd have to not see you for that long, and that just wouldn't happen.
No, you'd see me, but like I'd be like, no, don't come in the house.
You can't.
Right,
chill.
You can't take a. You can't keep a secret like that.
Yeah,
What
you're
was
right.
it? I got mad at you this weekend because something I told you. You started telling.
Oh, I know what it was.
We can't.
Yes,
don't
no,
say
I don't
it.
think we
No,
can say
it
that.
will
on
become an
here.
argument immediately.
Yeah,
But
I know
it was
exactly
about
what it was.
a certain friendship.
yeah, he just you tell him things and you think, well,
But
surely
him
he
being
listen,
great,
understand.
him
To
being
be
great.
fair, you were the one who made it what it was, and then I just kind of was like, I rolled with it and took it further because it was funny to me, and I had a good time. Like, I'm really glad you told
Yeah,
me.
I'm glad you had a great time
Thank
with that.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
I'm glad.
And the pleasure.
So whenever you tell Creighton anything, you always have to say, "Now listen, right here."
Yeah.
It doesn't go any further
Yeah.
than right here.
Christian would get mad at me for silly things to say to other people. Like,
Christian does not like for you to talk about.
he would
his
be like,
business at all.
he would park in the side of his yard and be like, "Hey, don't tell anybody I parked in the side of my yard." And I'd be like, "Why? Like, who cares?"
I mean,
He got mad. He got mad at you when you weren't even around lots of times because like I would mention stuff you told me and be like, "How the hell you know that?"
Oh, did he? Did he say
Yeah,
that? That sounds like something.
And
else.
I was like, Creighton told me. He was like, of course he did. Like, he'd just be real. He's just like, I hate that people know stuff about me. It's so funny.
He's just taking the place of grandma at this point. Like, you know, he called me yesterday. I was in the middle of doing stuff. And he's like, hey, like, he's been wanting to move stuff out of the attic since Mom was here.
Yeah.
She wasn't even here yesterday. She was gone to Georgia, I guess, to pick up Sydney. She was gone forever. And,
I didn't go to Georgia.
Yeah,
I
but
went
you were
over to
gone
her
forever.
dad's house.
Jesus. Like, I thought you drove to Georgia to pick her up.
Like, oh, okay, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm driving to Georgia.
So, anyways, I'm in the middle of, like, doing stuff. Like, clearly, like, doing stuff like washing the car, weed eating, all this other stuff. And he's like, he calls me. He's like, hey, are you still coming over to help me move stuff out of the attic? And, like, excuse me, like, he can't see me from across the street. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, like, you know, what time are you thinking? He's like, well, when are you available? Like, I'm like, I have the car taken apart, like, right here, like, where he can see. And I was like, I don't know, 5 o'clock.
And I begged him not to do that because I wasn't really in a spot that I wanted to do that yesterday.
I'm not done. This gets crazy.
Sorry.
At 4:45, I'm putting stuff in the shed and, like, getting some other stuff out. He just appears behind me, and he's like, hey.
You ready to do it?
Yeah. He's like, hey. And I was like, hey, oh my God. I had headphones in.
You were like,
so,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
I turned around, just this giant, massive person.
Yeah, I mean, if Kristen is big enough that if he, like, surprises you, it's a scary moment.
Yeah.
That is a wall of a human. It's like a refrigerator sneaking up on you.
Oh. It's Mike Reynolds.
Are you going to have Stepdaddy Mike on the pod?
Oh, tell him. Make sure he knows he's on the pod.
Hey.
That's not what you sound
What
like.
are you doing?
This is thrilling.
This is thrilling content.
Thrilling
Oh, you by
podcast
yourself? I'm doing the podcast with Creighton and Charlie. And yeah, we're just talking a little bit.
We haven't brought you up yet, but now we certainly will.
What'd you say? Okay, we will. We'll talk about great things. Yes, I will ride with them tomorrow. Long story. I'll explain it to you later. Okay. All right. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Anyways, so
Sorry.
I turn around.
Sorry
hate that guy.
No, you're good. I
Sorry.
turn around and Christian's like right there, like a big shadow that's been following me my whole life. And I turn around.
Don't steal my cat. What are you doing? This is mine. I'm playing with him.
I turn around and he's like, hey. And I was like, yeah, what's up? Oh my God. And he's like, are you still coming over later to get that dresser out of the attic? And I was like, yeah. I said 5 o'clock. He's like, oh, okay, cool.
There's a dresser in the attic?
Yeah, that's what I said.
There was.
Yeah. It's, to be fair, when you take all the drawers and stuff out, it's very light.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I thought it was going to be,
full.
you know, a lot worse than it was.
Yeah.
The worst part was it was so hot in that attic
Of course.
that the dresser could burn your hand to the touch.
Yeah. I had to move a chest of drawers today like that.
We've had a lot of fun with that stuff, though. You got to see
Yeah,
my
I got
pen pal
those. I found out she had a pen pal in
When
like the
did you-
70s.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
Where were they? Who was it?
Maryland.
She was from Creighton found her on Facebook. He's
Yeah.
already been He's already sent her a message.
Yeah.
Now I
Did
can.
she respond?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, she might have always been
Creighton
recording.
has tried to jack my pen pal.
Well, she just
Is she
casually.
still alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, how old do you think she?
Well, I mean, you never, a pen pal can be like
Now Charlie's at
40
it.
years older than you. A pen pal is just a person you write. There's
No,
like
we
famous.
were like-
There's like
Well, this
famously
came
pen
from like
pals.
like a kids' TV show, like where they would write other kids
Oh, okay.
around that time.
Yeah.
We wrote in, and then they would send you back a kid's name, and that would be your
Yeah.
pen pal, and you could start corresponding with each other.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but apparently she didn't know anything about it. So like the first letter is like, "How did you get my stuff?" Yeah,
My info.
That's hilarious.
It was from a show called Big Blue Marble.
Pen pals are definitely a thing that, like, the romanticism of it is gone because
Yeah.
you can just text and go on Twitter and use
Yeah.
Facebook and all that shit. Like, everyone is effectively your pen pal.
I
now.
think a pen pal now is kind of taking on a whole new life because I mean everybody that all these friends you've made on gaming and like through
Yeah.
the MFAM are essentially just pen
They're
pals.
just pen pals, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, it's so... the thing is, a pen pal was a unique experience, and
Yeah.
now it's not that unique of an experience. Like,
guess.
everyone is constantly doing
Yeah.
it in some way or the other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
technically, if you respond to, like, Mick Jagger's tweet and he, like, likes it or responds back, that's, like, almost the same thing as what a pen pal used to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and the coolest thing is when you hear these stories of famous people having pen pals that were just fans, that they were like, yeah, I got their letter and I responded and kept corresponding with them. Like, had that continued a relationship. Like, I've thought about that. I've thought about should I just write a real old-fashioned letter and send it to a P.O. box and just see if something
I
happens?
love
Yeah.
to write letters.
I want to do
I
that so
love
bad.
them.
There's been like a legit little ache in my heart of like, who do I pick?
Mm-hmm.
Like which like celebrity that I like do I try to like shoot the
Shoot your
proverbial shot? Yeah.
Just write them all, dude.
Well,
Come up with
and,
the
you
list
know,
So much
of
writing.
like 30.
Back in the
And
day
then-
when we had pen pals, it was like the best feeling in the world when you went to the mailbox
And you
there
got
was a
that
letter
letter.
in
Yeah,
there.
it's
It
like-
was just like
That dopamine hit has to be nuts.
Yeah.
That has to be like you have to get high off that a little
yeah,
bit.
because it would take at least a couple of weeks, even if you wrote right back to the
Like
letter.
because it had to get there.
Had to get there, the whole thing, and then usually the person would take a day or two to write you back, if not more. And I have found, since we've been cleaning out, I have found so many letters that I wrote over the years. Creighton has some of my diaries. I wrote a lot of diaries.
Yeah,
They
her
were
diary's
so
really
boring.
funny.
So boring. But, you know, we wrote a lot back in the day. That was, I mean, I guess that was our version of texting.
My diary, if it ever gets like, I'm gonna have to die for anybody to ever find my journal. Like it's
You have a journal?
it's technically I guess it's a diary or a journal or
You
whatever.
shouldn't tell Creighton, he'll go and try.
He
Oh,
won't
my.
ever be able to access it. It's
Is it
on
on
a
your
laptop,
laptop?
and it's
Yeah.
it's protected like 3 times.
Okay.
You have to get into the laptop, then you have to do a password to get onto the site that it's on, and then you have to know what it's called out of the 75 different like projects I've
Is it
started.
on Google Drive?
It is on a type of thing like that, yes.
Okay.
It's on a text-based thing.
Okay.
He's
yeah,
going
he's
up.
gonna try and figure it out, but it's gonna be tough.
This will be like the
But
last
it's
puzzle
it's,
you leave
it's
me
also
with.
it's also like 75, 80 pages deep.
Yeah.
I've only been doing it for about a year and a half.
I've
But,
got, how many do you think I have? I
And
think
that
I
one
have-
over there, that one's only for a year.
No, I know, but you know, I've had a journal for how many? Probably at
Oh, we
least
found
7,
some of
8
your old
years.
journals, like not even from like that long ago, but like from pretty like in the last 10, 15 years.
Well, I have at home because I just put them in notebooks. At home, I probably have 10 or 12.
I write
journals.
mine as if they're being read by somebody.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like I write it kind of assuming one day there's an audience for it.
Charlie did this today.
Like, well, it's almost like less than not like that. Less than a journal. It's more like a memoir. It's like I'm telling somebody
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
Charlie's
More than
hungry,
I'm
so Charlie ate food today.
not
Dude.
quite that omniscient, not that third person, but like it's from like my point of view, but in the way that I'm telling it as a story rather than like just to myself, because I never go back and read it.
Yeah.
I maybe have reread a page at some point, but I never read it back for myself, and I've been writing it for, I think the very first one was January 1st of 2024. Like so it's like a year and a half old or so, and I don't know. I don't know why. I can't remember why I started writing it. I think it was right at the beginning of me trying to write again at all, and I used David's method of I basically just started doing it
5
with
minute writing.
the 5-minute writing project, where David, our broadcast journalism teacher, David, told us that to keep just to like stay like what's the word so that your writing muscles don't atrophy, you need to sit and write for 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And that journal kind of became that 5 minutes a day. That I definitely don't do 5 minutes a day. when I'm doing it, I do it, but I will go on long stretches. Like I'll do it every day for like a month or two, and then I'll go a month or two without doing it at all.
Yeah.
And so like you have these giant windows where like the last one I did was in May, and then I wait till July, and I say in that first one in July like what has happened in that window, and then it's like a day by day almost of what's going on in my life when I feel like it's necessary to do it. You know.
I write in mine every day, and I write goals, and I go back, and it's funny how I reach a lot of those goals. You know? So I always have list. I do a lot of lists in mine, and I have all these different goals. I have goals for my children. I have all these things, and then when I go back every so often and look, and I start checking off the ones that I've met or that have been met. It's pretty cool.
My problem with that is, how do I say this? Like, I think there almost needs to be, like, a space for me to be in to have goals, and, like, my house can't be that space. Wherever I live is, like, too relaxed, and I can't accomplish anything of note unless it's something that belongs to the house. Like, if I need to do dishes, or I need to, finish construction on, like, a bathroom. Like, if we're going to remodel a room or something, that's one thing. But if it's, like, out in the world goals, I'm almost never going to accomplish it at my house. I don't write any of my journal stuff if I'm at the house. I have to go to the coffee shop. I have to be on vacation. I have to be at work. I have to be somewhere to do that. It is its own thing.
That's the key to accomplishment, though, is being relaxed and at ease.
Yeah, and so my house is for that. If I'm at home, I'm not trying to get anything important, to an extent, important done. Not like out in the world important. If I'm at the house, I'll get stuff at the house that's important done, But I can't do any writing at my house almost, like, at all. Like, I can't even start to write stuff down if I'm at my house. I just don't. My brain isn't accepting of it. And so I think when this thing that we have been alluding to for a couple podcasts now happens, I will be able to do that a lot more often, but also two, I'll be way more consistent with not just my writing, but generally getting stuff done in life, because I'll be in a more professional environment, or what I consider a professional.
I think that would help. That thing that we're discussing will help both of us in terms of, like, especially with
not
this.
just the podcast, but creatively, like, flexing our muscles. I think yes.
Although I creatively flex my muscles every day.
And that writing things down, just as scripting, is very important as a method to getting things accomplished.
I'm manifesting air conditioning right now.
Are you?
Yes.
Is it working?
I mean, I'm cool at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, are you talking about for your house or for the car that has been a problem?
Yeah, about all
all of your vehicles that have no AC.
Yeah. Well,
you're a lunatic. I don't understand how, like, so many times a terrible thing can happen to the same person. Like, I've never met anybody who's had more air problems than you.
Well, the good news is the Equinox still has cool air. It just is doing a terrifying sound when it first cuts on. But we know what it is. We know what we gotta do to fix it.
Dude.
What?
Today's Monday.
Yeah.
2 days ago. Let's talk about 2 days ago for a second. We were in Charlotte. What?
HeroesCon?
Yeah, we were in Charlotte for HeroCon, and accidentally were standing next to, like, wherever Cristiano Ronaldo was having dinner.
Yeah.
Like, we went to a sandwich place, and there was a giant... He's like the top 3 most famous soccer players of all time and of the moment.
Can I tell my perspective of this? Because it's really funny.
Yeah, your perspective is good.
So we go to the French Quarter, which is a restaurant in Charlotte after HeroesCon. And it was Quentin's idea. Everybody hated the walk there, but it was actually pretty good food.
The food was phenomenal.
So we forgave him.
That's where you were this weekend?
Yeah.
You were supposed to be spending time with me.
I did spend time with you.
So
you shitty son.
I was looking for you on Saturday.
God, we should have brought your mom to HeroesCon. You would have had so much fun at HeroesCon.
Yeah, you would have had a good time.
And now I know where you were. You were
I told
off
you. We went to
and
Sam's Club.
not spending time with your mother.
You were at a baby shower.
I was only gone for 20 minutes.
Oh,
that must have been the lamest baby shower.
Wow! Look, this is how she phrased this. Let me show you how that morning started. We went to Sam's Club, and all week we had talked about, we're going to go to Sam's Club, we're going to have a good time, blah, 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 blah. She was supposed to go with us, and she's like, I can't.
Well,
it's too close to the baby shower.
Wait a minute, let's be honest.
I can't. It was like at 10 in the morning.
Who slept till 10:30, 11 o'clock? But you did too. So
no, I was up at 9:30, ready to go.
No.
Ready to go.
Yeah,
I didn't even change
If it makes
clothes.
you feel any better, we all wanted him to be there with us when we went, which we were there from 10 in the morning until 6 o'clock, really until 9 o'clock. We were there for 11 hours.
Yeah.
He didn't show up until 4:30.
Yeah.
He didn't show up until an hour before the con was going to
He's
start.
supposed to be spending time with his mom.
So, my mom was like, it's too close to the baby shower, I can't go. The baby shower's at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, this must be like a big event for her. She's going to be there all day.
Let's get this story correct. It's 30 minutes to get to the Sam's.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes to get back home.
Yes.
And you told me, look at Charlie trying to snatch my
Yeah.
I didn't try shit. I did it. I got this fish.
It's 30 minutes over there. It's 30 minutes back. Plus, you got to consider the shopping time
Yeah.
while you're there.
Guess what?
So I said to you guys, I don't want to go, and you have to rush back to bring me back home to go to the shower.
this
So
is
it's
all
best
true.
if I do not go.
This is all true, but guess what?
What?
We were back before you even left.
Well, I didn't know that.
You
I'm
literally saw
kind of
me.
used to. No, I'm saying I didn't know you would get back that quickly.
I told you. we would.
I'm kind of used to like grandma shopping, where you go and stay at Sam's for like.
Do I
many
look like
hours.
Grandma? We speed run.
Well, you kind of
things.
look like her a little bit.
We
You
speed
do
run
have a-
the
you do
crap
have a look
out of
to
this.
you.
We favor each other, first of all. But we speed run that thing because we had stuff to do. I wanted to go to my con. We wanted
Well,
to hang
you
out
didn't
together.
tell me
we
any
had a
of
good
that.
time.
You didn't
We had a
tell me
good
any of
time.
that.
Anyways, so we get back and she's still here, and then she leaves. Like she spent like an hour and a half getting ready or something like that. Because I called her at one point because we were picking up Waterford, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready." So like to know that this thing was only like 20 minutes now, like. It blows my mind because I thought this was gonna be like an all day event the way she was talking about it.
Uh-huh.
Like I thought she was gonna be busy at least till like 6:00.
Well, you didn't include all the details that
Neither
you
did
were
you,
going to
though.
quickly come back.
You didn't tell me you were gonna quickly come back. You could have gone to Heroes Con with me.
You would have had so much fun.
You really
this
would.
time.
You would have had a good time.
You probably didn't.
You would have been like, "Wow, there are so many more nerds in the world than I
Yeah.
thought." There were." You wouldn't have believed. You wouldn't have like understood the capacity for how many nerds could fit in one place, and how many of them like are trying to start their own business that is like directly
Trying
built
to
upon being a nerd.
Yeah.
Look at Ted.
I think she just like
an
you know.
athletic cat.
I think she got her fill of doing all the nerd stuff when we were little kids.
I did have to do a lot of that. All those, what were those movies that lasted forever?
The Pirates of the
Potter?
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I used to take naps.
Wow! How dare you take a nap during
We get
Johnny
real-
Depp's magnum opus?
That's a great set of movies that she just was like, I couldn't care less.
I would take a nap, and then I would wake up, and Creighton would still be in the same spot, going. So anyway,
She made a face with her tongue out. So. Then you
I have to stop playing with
you
this.
just missed
Having way
like
too
the
much
Star
fun.
Wars movies because I think I got in that after the third one came out.
I went to the original Star Wars movie.
All three of them.
Not all three, but I went to the first one.
So you just missed the other two.
In '77.
Yep, I went to the original Jaws movie. Christian couldn't believe that because he's been so excited about the 50th anniversary.
Did you
of
keep your
Jaws.
tickets for it?
No, I did not.
Damn.
Well, back then you just got a little ticket with like a little number.
Yeah,
on
it wasn't the same as what we have. It's literally like a ticket, like what you get at the state
Yeah.
fair, or what you used to get at the state fair when you won stuff.
It didn't have any kind of names or anything on it.
That still would have been cool though. You know.
It would have just been like a ticket with a
Where did you
number
go
on
see it at?
The Crown Cinema.
Wow.
Was it like packed?
Yeah, everybody. But my dad did not want me to go see it.
Your Papa didn't want you to go see
No.
Jaws.
Well, I was like 10, and it was really back in that time. That was considered a really gory, scary
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
and he
The
thought
one
it was
hairy
just
leg that's in it.
terrible. Yeah, he thought it was just terrible. and
Nowadays,
he
it's
didn't want
like-
me to go.
It's
Nowadays,
very
that would
tame.
almost be considered a PG movie.
Yeah,
It's like borderline PG. There's like one moment of like real, true horror in it.
but back then, that was considered really bad, and I really didn't go in the ocean for a long time after
Really,
that.
it scared you that
Now
much?
I don't go in the ocean because of alligators. They pull alligators out practically every other week out of the
Damn.
ocean.
Crocodiles too.
So I don't go in because of those now. I'm more worried
I don't
about
go in because of
alligators.
all the scary things you don't know about or see. The little things. I can see a crocodile. I can see sharks.
Well, you know how fast alligators move. I mean, they're
They're very
very
fast.
quick animals.
Are people getting attacked by alligators at the
Yes.
beach? At
Well,
the beach?
I haven't
Depends on
heard
the
of
beach.
anybody getting attacked, but I mean, they come right up on shore like they swim, because where we go to the beach, the inlet
Yeah.
empties into the ocean right there. So they come in through that inlet and they'll just come right on shore.
Huh.
It's like they've been out there surfing and they just come in.
Damn.
There was I can't remember his name, but there was a scientist who was talking about why sharks attack surfers. And for the longest time it was because the idea was that from underneath a surfer looks like a seal, kind of, right? That was always what we were told. But a very smart scientist was like, no, that's ridiculous. A shark is the biggest sensory organ on the planet. These things can smell, like, feel stingrays under sand and get them. Like, they don't see a surfboard and think, that's a seal. They attack surfers that are on surfboards because when surfers with surfboards are in the waves, the seals run away. And so it's like they see like a 1-for-1. When this guy's around, the seals go away. So I need to get this guy out of here so the seals come back. And like they would stop having surfers surf for like chunks of time to do like a study, like how often the sharks are around when the surfers are gone, and the sharks and the seals come back like in ridiculous numbers because all of a sudden, boom, the seals are here, something for the sharks to eat. Like that's why it was happening more than anything else, was just that surfers are scaring the seals away. Seals run away. Sharks have no food. Sharks get mad. They attack surfers. It's not even like that's why they never finish eating a guy. They always just bite him and run away.
Sounds legit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Don't like you. You ran my food away. I'm gonna bite your arm off.
Yeah, and you suck and get out of here.
So you like sharks don't like eating humans?
They don't. They almost never finish eating a human. Like if they're giant monsters. Oh. I actually have to take this call. I apologize.
Wow,
you were like in the middle of an explanation.
Sorry. Talk about sharks.
Anyways, did you know a great white is a Concharion concarius or whatever he says? What is it? Concharodon concarius that Hooper says.
Did you ever find shark's teeth when you were little?
No.
I used to find them all the time. I don't find them very often now.
I suck at finding shark's teeth. But Charlie's really good at finding them.
You need to work on it.
You need to work on it.
I know. Well, my eyesight's not as great as it used to be, so there's that excuse.
Yeah. They're just so small now. Like, people would come to the beach so much. We need to go to some beach that, like, isn't visited by people.
Where you can get the really big shark's teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a megalodon tooth.
Yeah.
That'd
Megalodon Beach.
I really want a megalodon tooth. I'd wear it as a necklace.
Well, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, it's TT. Ted.
Oh, he wants to be on
He's
the
best podcast, best podcast mascot.
Huh? Ted.
So what are your plans?
Oh, now I got a phone call.
Now you're getting a phone call too. Dang.
I'll have to call her back.
Yeah. So what are your plans for this evening?
Not a lot. Just chilling out a little bit. What about you?
Not much. I'm probably gonna, when he comes back and we finish our conversation about sharks, probably gonna wrap, and then that way you can go on and do what you want to do, and I can hang out with Kate with some.
Yeah. In other words, you're trying to get rid of me.
No, I don't.
You can go do what you want to do, but I'm gonna do what I want.
No, I don't want to get rid of you.
I'm kidding. That's just.
I didn't know she was gonna be off today.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, she really kind of was able to get off last minute, so.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ted's just knocking the phone down.
Come on, Ted.
Look at you. You look so fat. He's got this little pouch here. He wants your water.
I know. He does like my water, doesn't he?
He likes your water bottle. Is this your little pouch?
Ow, your toenails hurt, Ted. You need to, your animals need their nails clipped.
He tried to get you too.
No, Ted. I'm moving out of the way of Ted. Don't you get me. I see you.
So what are you most excited about going home?
I get to see my husband. I haven't seen him in a while. And, get to see my house. And I have a friend. We're going to go thrifting. And we've got some ideas that we've been upcycling, clothes from the thrift store. So we're going to do that. And I have a dinner Wednesday night. I'm going out to eat with some friends. I'm going out to eat with some friends. I'm looking forward to that. Different things. Then music Thursday night on Main. That's always a big one. And then Friday night will be music at Hodo's. Mm-hmm. And then the 4th of July is coming up. So there's, fireworks, the whole 9 yards with all of that.
When do you think you'll be coming back?
To Lancaster?
Yeah.
Probably sometime in July because we have way more cleaning out to do. Uh-huh. And your brother is about to drive me crazy about it. And, so we'll get that done. And, I don't know. And then it's not long that I'll be going to Europe.
Yeah.
So that
When's your Europe trip planned for?
I'm going to Europe in November 15th, and then we are also looking at going on a trip to Normandy in early 2026.
Have you've been to Normandy before, right?
I have not.
Oh, you've never been.
Never been.
Okay.
I'm really excited. You know, I went to Europe for the first time 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I this will be my second trip to Europe. So I'm pretty excited because this time we're going to Budapest, and I'm really excited about that.
Now, where all have you been in Europe before?
I went to Iceland. I went to Belfast. I went to Liverpool. I went to Amsterdam. I went to Dover, England, and I think that's it. Rotterdam in what is that? The Netherlands. I couldn't even think of the name of it. And beautiful. The food is so good and so fresh over there. Iceland is beautiful. Beautiful place to go. We had a great time there. Wonderful food. The people are wonderful. The people loved my accent everywhere I went. And I was in line at the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam, and the people in front of me they turned around and they were like, "Where are you from?" And you know, they were like, "We love a Southern accent." They were British, by the way. So I thought that was kind of cool. You know. That was fun.
The British, it's funny because here we love the British accent.
I know, exactly. That's what I told them. I said, I love a British accent. And they were like, they what part of the South are you from? They wanted to know the whole thing. And
do they know, or kind of like where you were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they knew. And, well, when we went, that case was so popular. Everybody was talking about
Murdaugh?
it. The Murdaugh case was going on. And, so whenever you said South Carolina, immediately people were like, do you know about the Murdaughs? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know the case? Do you know them? Do you live near there? All the things.
Which we do kind of live pretty close, relatively speaking.
Not really.
No.
Because they're way down in the bottom of the state.
Yeah.
They're way down there.
Well, we got family that's down there, though.
You do. I don't.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area, but they're way far away from us.
Mm-hmm. They're not
because where I live is just 6 miles from North Carolina.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I'm on the opposite end of where they
You're
are.
that close to North Carolina?
6 miles, yep.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. When we go out to the point, on the, you see that little island on the other side?
Yeah.
On the other side of that island is North Carolina.
Really? Mm-hmm. I thought that island was North Carolina.
No, but right on the immediate other side of it is North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
You kind of got me freaked out with all the gator talk.
Yeah, well, see, I always thought that gators would not get in the ocean because of the salt water, but that is not true.
Huh.
And snakes will as well. There's been a lot of rattlesnakes in the ocean lately.
Really?
Yes. They will get in there. There's a certain amount of time they can't stay in there very long, but they can be in the ocean water.
Really?
I guess that's why they come out pretty quickly once they go in.
Yeah.
Because they can stay in there for a little while, but they can't. There's supposedly something about them. They can't, the salt can't penetrate, so they have to get out pretty quickly.
Yeah. Probably like something about the way the water's oxidized and everything.
Probably. Because now crocodiles are salt water.
Yeah.
They're fine with salt water, but alligators, And my favorite story about the alligator anyway.
What?
With me and Mike.
Oh, where
that's always been the best story ever.
That's a good story. Tell that story.
We decided that not long after we moved to Cherry Grove, we decided we would get paddle boards, that it would be a great way to get exercise. And so, and this is my fault, I didn't realize this. So I told him one day, I said, the sun was getting ready to go down, it was dusk, and I said, let's go paddleboard as the sun goes down, it'll be beautiful. And in theory, it would be. So we go out, we're paddleboarding around, and it was starting to get a little bit dark, so we decided to come back in. And as we were coming back in, I looked over my left shoulder, and I saw that triangular head in the water. So I knew it was an alligator. So
Was he following you?
he was over to the side, kind of in some grass.
Oh.
You know how the grass kind of sticks out of the marsh, the inlet water in the marsh.
Yeah.
So he's kind of in that grassy area of the
Are
marsh.
you in the water at all?
We were in the water.
Like your feet were in the water?
We were paddling.
Yeah.
So we were on the water.
No, but I'm talking about was he
My
part of
feet
your body?
weren't in the water. We were paddling, but we were.
Were you standing or on your knees?
I was on my knees at that point
Yeah.
because we were kind of getting ready to come in.
Yeah.
You know. So I said to Mike, I said, "Don't look now, but over my left shoulder there's a gator."
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to be very calm so that he wouldn't get excited. And he said, "No, there's not." And I kind of looked over my left shoulder, and when I did, he did, and he saw the head. Because, you know, they have a very specific look about their head and everything, with that triangular look. And so he looked, and he saw it. And before I could kind of turn around to face forward again to start paddling, he had already paddled. He was on the bank getting the paddleboard out of the water. I'm still way out in the water. It was like that episode of Gilligan's Island where Gilligan's, you know, paddling really fast.
Yeah.
So by the time I get on the bank, he's up at the golf cart smoking a cigarette, and I'm trying to struggle to get my paddleboard out of the water, and he's way up there at the golf cart smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, oh, there's my husband. He's really worried about me so much. So anyway, and needless to say, we've never used the paddle boards again. We've never been out. We've never used them.
I remember, yeah.
Nobody's ever said, "Would you like to go? What do you think about?" We do not paddle board. That's the end of the paddle board
Dang.
situation.
You guys should get back into it, though. I mean, like, it could be fun.
No, I don't want to. But to be fair, it was my fault because you're not supposed to go early in the morning or late in the evening because that's when they feed. You're supposed to go in the middle of the day because they're out of the water sunning in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And so I learned after that paddle boarding is a big no-no. You know, dawn and dusk is a big no-no to go paddle boarding at that time. You want to go in the middle of the day when they're sunning on the bank and you don't have to deal with them being in the water.
There's a lot.
Yeah, classic paddle boarding, am I right? I've been here the whole time.
She was telling us the story about
the brief
alligator.
one-time paddle boarding that stopped you from doing it anymore.
My husband's like, you know, like as soon as he sees the alligator, before I can even turn good to look around, he's already on the bank, paddleboard's out of the water. By the time I get to the bank,
smoking a cigarette.
He's at the golf cart smoking a cigarette, and I'm down at the bank struggling with my paddleboard trying to get out of the water.
And you were like, "I'm never doing this shit again. This is never gonna happen."
That's what I told Creighton. We've never used them since. Neither of us have ever said, "Hey, you want to go for a paddle today?" Nobody's ever mentioned it again.
There's like this ubiquitous understanding that like that's just not happening. There's no confusion over it. This is not a thing we're gonna ever do again. Fuck paddleboarding. That is not happening. I apologize for that phone call. I am back. The phone is on mute. That was a phone call I had to take. I apologize.
Yeah. Who was it?
That is not something I'm going to talk about on the podcast.
Oh, secretive.
Yes, sure.
Secretive.
I'll tell you after. I just don't. I don't want it public. Is all it is. It's not a public conversation.
Why isn't it?
You know, like it's like a drug cartel thing. Yeah, I'm doing super illegal stuff on the side.
Well,
No,
anyway.
it's just a buddy. It's a buddy.
Anything else that we need to talk about?
Well, no. I just was thinking, like, you know, what you said about the sharks. I mean, the crocodiles feeding or alligators feeding. That is what they say about sharks too. Like, early in the morning, or
late,
dusk. Or like dusk. You know,
That's
probably
when
not
they
the
feed.
best idea.
And it's really interesting because, you know, when you start to think about it, wildlife, you know, they pretty much have patterns, and so you have to respect those patterns, and they follow those patterns. So, yeah, I would, in theory, I don't even know why I didn't think about that, but in theory, it was a great idea to go paddle boarding at dusk, but not in real life. It's not.
The craziest thing to me is how those patterns, like, will change in one generation. Like they can evolve. Like fireflies. Fireflies were like on the way out. like light pollution was wiping out the fireflies. And I don't know if you've noticed this year, but they are back.
Everywhere.
Like
Everywhere.
times 10 of the last 15 years. They are all over the place again. And I think whatever it is they've realized, they've started to be able to discern, like through the generations of, I don't know how long fireflies live. I'm sure it's less than a year. Like if it's even that long, like I'm sure that's a way long for a lifetime. But I'm sure that as they have started to have continuous generations in the last 10 years, these fireflies have started to learn, like, oh, that's not the kind of light that we are. That's not the kind of light that we do. And like they're able to not get caught up dying next to, I'm sure some of them still die at, in spider webs that are next to lights, because the spiders have immediately acclimated to our life, like the stuff that we do. All their webs are at the top of doors, they're next to lights. Like spiders have like realized, like, oh, they go to the lights. That's where we need to have our shit. And it's crazy how they will have their patterns that they stick to, but then also in like 1 or 2 generations of an animal's life, they will adapt to stuff that we have caused. You see it on highways where like birds just live at the highways because they know that's where the roadkill is going to be. You know what I mean? Birds are just all over the sides of the roads waiting for something to get destroyed.
Well, when they go play golf, the birds at the golf course are so familiar with all the golfers and everything. Like if they hit a ball near,
Tom?
if they hit a ball near a bird, half the time the bird is just like whatever, and they're not even fazed by them walking up there to hit the ball or anything. They don't care.
It's like when you see the squirrels or the pigeons in like Central Park in New York, like they know which people are going to be nice to them, and they will straight up just run up to you, jump on your back, and like sit on your shoulder like a parrot, and just be like, "Yo, Jeff, what's up, my man? You got any pecans?" and those dudes, they have pecans, and they hand them some nuts. And these animals, it's like there really is a symbiosis with people. We have a friend, me and Creighton have a friend who her and her boyfriend,
birds.
they rehabilitate birds.
And I mean, on the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Ritz and Cooper. Cooper. They rehabilitate birds. Like
Cool.
I was walking on my front porch, and I had been on an edible, and I was walking, and I heard like a thunk, and I looked into the grass, and there was just this little pink thing, and it was freaking out, and I walked up, and a bird had fallen out of a nest. And I was like way too high to deal with that. And so I just called Ritz and Cooper. I was like, a bird fell out of a nest. What do I do? And she was like, okay, is it still alive? I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, just put it in a box with some paper towels and leave it somewhere for me and I'll come get it.
Would the mom not come back for it? Or try to scoop it back into the nest?
I don't think so. I think if they're out of the nest already, there's not a lot the mom can... But I don't know.
Yeah.
But I told her and she was like, okay, grab him. Do that. And I was like, okay, and I did it. And like I had been awake for like 30 hours. I was like about to go to bed. Like I had literally, it was like pulled the trash down from the road and was walking in to go to sleep, and a bird fell out of the nest. I was like not prepared for it. And so I grabbed the bird. And now like this bird has been rehabilitated before my eyes for the last month and some change. And like the other day they brought it to the house and like I held it on my finger. It was perched on my finger. It just hangs out with people. It's only known people. Its whole life now. Because it was a pink bird. Like it had no feathers yet.
Yeah.
And so like we saved this little baby bird, and this little bird, they'll never be able to release it because it has only known people. Period.
Right.
And so when they go outside, it doesn't fly away. It just like hovers like a little helicopter and then lands on a shoulder, lands in your hair, and just hangs out with you.
Aww.
And it's like, if it ever did get released, they'd probably just release it at their house, and it would probably just live on their porch or live in the tree right next to their house and then come and hang out with them and just walk around.
Can I have some food?
Yeah, like, guys, you got any birds? You got any worms? But that's like the 5th bird we've known about that they do that with. They rehabilitate
it's
birds all the
probably
time.
been more than that. I'd
Yeah.
say it's at least 10 or 15, because sometimes Ritz will get stuff from the animal, what's it called? Not the animal shelter, but the Humane Society.
Yeah.
Like
when they have like an over amount.
Yeah,
Well,
she'll,
she's
like
back.
at one point in time, she got like 4 kinds of birds that are really like that were difficult for her to raise. Not impossible, but difficult, and they were, kind of aggressive with her. But like once they were raised and everything, it was like, I think it was like pigeons or something. I can't remember what it was,
probably
but they just
pigeons,
hung out
doves.
right at the house.
Yeah.
And she'd send me videos all the time of them just chilling.
Yep.
I'm always a little freak, but I like birds. But I saw the movie The Birds, so you're always kind of a little like, okay, you guys stay over there. Don't be.
That was really trippy watching Vertigo the other day. Vertigo, I understand.
Don't you love Vertigo?
It was cool. It definitely had a lot of stuff that I was like, it's wild that he was doing this, in the
50s.
In the 50s. Like, this movie looks unbelievable considering it's 70 years old.
Yeah.
And wasn't Kim Novak so pretty?
She was beautiful, but she was also crazy. But, like, that's not the part that's dumb to me. The part that's dumb is that they were in love. There was no relationship built. Like, it really is a sign of the times that, like, it was just a known fact that he would do that for her because they were in love. And the fact that they were in love was not questioned because a man just loves a beautiful woman instead of any kind of substance being in the relationship. You know what I mean? I'm a movie fan now, and, like, when there is a romance on screen, it has to have you choreograph. Like, it is choreographed. There's some substance to it. Like, you see the characters fall in love. You see the characters fall in love on the screen. And in that movie, like, he saves a crazy woman from drowning herself, talks to her for one conversation, and 10 minutes later, they are head over heels in love with each other. Mm-hmm. And it's been one day, canonically, on the screen. Listen. It's ridiculous. And I was just like, I get why the movie's amazing. Because visually, it is stunning. Because I'm not going to say it holds up, but it does. It was 50 years ahead of its time. Like, that movie could have been made in the 90s visually and still been pretty impressive.
And Rear Window, I love.
Rear Window's amazing.
Window still holds up.
Yeah, Rear Window holds up as one of the
Kelly.
greatest. Yeah, it holds up as one of the greatest.
Psycho still holds up.
To Catch a Thief.
We
love To Catch a Thief.
Okay.
We love classic movies.
Yeah.
We just love them. We watch them all the time.
Jaws is one of those I could watch it at any time all the way through. Like, you could start it at any point and I'll finish watching it.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Oh.
Or like The Social Network or The Martian. Like, there's lots of movies from nowadays, but Jaws is one of those few that I can... Or Back to the Future. You could put Back to the Future on at any moment in any of the movies and I'll sit and watch it all the way through. They're just timeless movies. This cat is amazing.
Y'all are just taking turns letting her bite the crap out of your hands. Like, oh man, okay, now mine.
Time to fight. Time to wrestle.
Caitlin, when we were watching it at the beach, she was like, "This movie's so slow."
Which
talking
one?
About Jaws.
Jaws is pretty slow. It's great, but it's a burner.
Really, like, in a long time, probably about a good 5, maybe 6 years.
You know what I love about
Like, all the way
Jaws?
through.
And then I have to go because it's getting dark.
Is it the
and I don't
movies?
like to walk outside when it's dark.
You know, you have two strapping young gentlemen that will escort you across the
Is
street.
Is it the boobies?
It's not that far a walk.
The boobies?
In Jaws, is it the boobies?
No. Why
The
would I
what?
be-
The boobies.
Oh, boobies. I thought you said
No.
the movies. I was like, do they watch movies?
No, it's the clothes. I love the clothes in Jaws because, it's like the 70s and it's like that Cape Cod look of the 70s. Like, they've got the kerchiefs on their head.
I like the
and
clothes
all that. It's
pre
kinda cool.
all 90s movies.
What
like,
else did you notice
early.
about Jaws? What else did you notice about all the people
No
in
cell
Jaws?
phones.
No cell phones.
Well, clearly. But what else?
what do you,
What else?
they were all, there's no fat people.
Exactly. Everybody
God,
is
that
super
sniped
trim and
that, right?
thin. So what does that tell you about the food we're eating nowadays?
A lot. It tells me that
It's too much.
It tells me that there's a bunch of garbage in it, not too much. It's not
Because
too
if you go back to the 70s, to those times, everybody pretty much is thin, trim.
Well, it's in a lot of ways it's the education system, because if you look at not to make this super political, but the year the Department of Education started, we have been on a downward decline. We've never plateaued or had a digit go back in the opposite direction. We have been in a steady decline since the year the Department of Education started, and not so unbelievably, in the same amount of time, we started to have obesity levels get absurdly high. And it's because there's almost zero focus on physical education. There's almost zero focus on nutrition education. And you could go down the list on the reasons why, but there's a direct correlation in the Department of Education being created and us getting fatter, us getting dumber, and a push for what are they called? Pharmaceutical companies
Like in Wall-E.
Well,
Like
and
literally, yeah, like in Wall-E.
and the food, like the seed oils and all the all
Yeah,
the
I hate
stuff that
seed
they
oil.
put
I
in
hate
there.
seed oils.
But all that is a direct-
Sounds like a hell of a band, though. Seed Oil, Side Stage Lollapalooza.
Right, yeah. But all of it is a direct correlation. And, I mean, does that mean there's one answer to fix it? No, of course not. But it is something to note. Like,
Drink
wow,
water.
look at
We
that
need
thing.
to
Drink water,
something.
grow your own vegetables.
Is that your tagline for the end of the episode?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we should. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
no, I agree with you. I'm
know
with you.
where your food source comes from at the very least.
All right, so we've learned tonight: watch classic movies.
Pay attention to the clothes in classic movies.
Right.
The whole time we were
Well,
watching
not
Vertigo,
just the
she was like,
clothes.
Well,
this
if you see a picture of kids at school from the 50s or 60s, it's always outside on a playground and they're all ripped.
Yeah.
The dudes have their shirts off and they're on the monkey bars, and the girls are like playing tetherball or tennis or something. Like, we actually had kids doing stuff outside, being physically
my grandma
active.
was a basketball player.
And they don't do it anymore. There's no physical activity. Like, unless you are trying to be a NFL player or a NBA player, like, your goal, the 1% of the class that is being physically educated, it's because they have an ambition of doing it professionally. You know what I mean? And they're either going to become losers and not make it, and then, become fat later, or they actually go through with it, and that's why you see so few of our generation in shape. We're all like this Play-Doh fucking shape. She just motioned to you. That was incredible.
So watch
We're in
classic
shape.
movies. Look at the clothes they have on, and also notice how they talk. They talk very. I think people just had way more class back in that time.
Well, it was
They seem
composure.
to.
They had more composure. We have this text language that we've
Yes.
had to adapt to, and because of that, it shows up in our verbal language. And if you have a verbal language that is being like tandem with a text language, which is the primary source of communication nowadays, we're going to shorten our words. We're going to get to the cut to the chase a lot quicker in how we talk to each other, and that's going to make us dumber over time. Read a fucking book, people. That is the end of my statement. Good podcast.
And don't go in the paddleboarding at dawn or dusk. Don't do that.
I
Don't.
like acronyms.
And mute your phone and put it in another room when you're doing a podcast so you don't get interrupted.
Yeah. She got another phone
I got
call.
a
You
phone
were
call right
outside
after you
on
did.
the phone call.
I mean, you
I
can
thought
tell
she was
who's
going to
important.
take it and leave, and then I was
And you were
like,
just going to
You're
sit
gonna
here and
be like,
monologue by yourself.
Hi, I'm Creighton, and hi. Yeah, but you can tell who the important people are around here. The ones that get all the phone calls.
oh, all the people,
Damn,
all
your mom just called you unimportant.
all the people
bitch.
that call me now are in this house. Like,
Oh.
Yeah, no, honestly, true. No, that's a good point. I'm on the phone with Creighton a lot.
aside from Quentin, like I think Quentin's not here, and Chris and Vides.
Aside from you, I think you might be actually no, it's probably you. You might be the number one person that I talk to. That cat is falling asleep with his head up in the air.
He's tired from biting us.
He's like, can y'all finish this podcast?
Yeah, I'm trying to like cuddle.
All right. We
right.
enjoyed it. It's been fun.
Yes, Trits Off, season 3, episode 27.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Night.
Goodbye.